Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
Hey there, this is Molorian, and this will be another War Machine Battle Report. And this one here is going to be with Beth Maddox. You know, she is the new Cygnar caster for Mark III, and she looks pretty interesting. She has a lot of different things where not only does she have like an armor buff, but she has like a range buff, and then her feat's all about kind of like smashing hard, but also pushing so you can get like scenario game. So she's kind of this interesting middle of the road caster. And when I was trying to make lists for her, there's a lot of different lists I came up with, but I thought this one's kind of the easiest. So it's really just a, hey, get up there. Of course, double press gangers, because why not? And then really the backbone of this can be all these Storm Guard and Storm Blades who are really gonna, hit really hard. And this will be an interesting matchup. I'm up against my buddy Frazier, and he is running Stryker3. And I believe that when you're trying to make your list pairings, it's a big question about whether you want to go with Maddox or Stryker3 when you want to have that real armor pierce. You know, Stryker3, he has the extra, like basically Weapon Master on a stick for a spell, so that's awesome. And then for the feat, if you get a charge, you get additional dice there. So really, there's a lot of punch there. But the thing is I kind of like with Maddox is that, sure, okay, Stryker3 is really far on that one aggressive mode there, but Maddox has that real, like I said, kind of all-comers and more of a balanced approach, where she has the armor buff and she has a snipe as well. So normally I'd be putting snipe onto the Stormblades, they'd be assaulting, doing a lot of stuff there. I have a lot of threat actually with the Stormclad, because I can go in there and pop feet, and then with the beat back he can really get really far. So I don't know, it's going to be kind of interesting. This one here definitely is going to be a scenario based game, so the fact that my feet also does beat back might help a lot. But this is a kind of a crazy one, because it is Cygnar versus Cygnar, and there's going to be a lot of lightning based attacks, and there's a lot of stuff here that's immune to it. So like I just said, where normally I could be putting snipe onto the Stormblades and they can do some crazy damage, well, there's not really all those great enough targets to do. I mean, I either have his high armor jacks, or I have other stuff which are immune to lightning. And since I don't have like the other buffs to really make my lightning power that high, it wouldn't really do that much. So what I really plan to do with this is just get up the board. He's running double Storm Lances, so if I can kind of like bog them down and then connect with him, I should be able to knock him out, take out a lot of his punch, and then just start scoring on this scenario wise. Alright, he wins the initiative. He really just puts up escort and really gets up there really far. I was hoping he was going to keep everything on more of the middle and nothing on the right of the building. He did put one of the Storm Lances there, and so I'm going to have to kind of deal with that. But now is the time for me to go and engage. So that's what I do. I go and I put the sail onto the Stormclad. That's the one that's going to be making it so it charges and slams at +2 and for free. I also put the, I can't remember the name of the spell, but it's the one that's +3 armor and tough. That's going on to the Storm Blades. And otherwise, I'm just kind of camping. And what I did here is kind of like a anti-tech against the Cav, where they're going to come into me. I took away as many charges as I could, and then when he does Electro Leaps, I made sure my second line was more than 4 inches away so that he can't affect my second line. I know those front guys are going to be messed up. I know that he can do some things to kind of unlock himself, but it should be a real problem. And then once he comes to me, I have all my guys sit up there for feet, and I can really just smash him good. Unfortunately, he plays this very, very well. And this is kind of really shows what the Cav can do with their new reposition. So really what he does here is just start trying to unlock himself. So when he makes his attacks, he goes ahead and, start stabbing me, and there's electro leaps, and normally the electro leaps might go to another cav or something if he's not careful, but now you just ignore models that are immune to it, so it automatically went to all my press gangers. Those electro leaps were super, super deadly. And then, like I said, I thought he'd be somewhere there, I'm ready to counter. Well, no, you got to reposition back, and almost nothing is in range now. So this was really, really bad. I mean, not only did it destroy my front line, but also was able to do some shooting into my further back line with the press gangers. So that was a huge, huge blow. I would have been way better just running everything up as far as I can, kind of keeping my things together so that once he comes in, he can't get away. So I've kind of derped on that positioning, and now I have to deal with this. Now, with this, I'm going to be able to score next turn. Now, on the middle one, the middle flag, he's contesting that with the Centurion, so I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. He has 2 of his cav, which are contesting the left flag, and again, I just can't really do anything about that. He's just too far away. And I can't even do anything with Beth Maddox because her shots are lightning. So, all my usual tools do not work here. On the right side, though, he's not around that flag. So what I plan to do there is to run up and at least score 1 point to really get this kind of going, and now just kind of run into his face and force his hand. So that's what I do here. I really just run up. I'm upkeeping my spells, of course. I don't really get any damage, you know. I think I get maybe a couple of press gangers. They get the charge. They don't really get to do anything, though. And otherwise, I'm just kind of up in his face. So now, I really should have actually popped my mini feat with the Storm Blades as well. This is my first time playing the Storm Blades in the new Mark III version, so I'm not used to them having a mini feat. But this would have been the right turn to do that. But I didn't. They still have the +3 armor and the tough from the spell. But otherwise, I'm kind of in their grill, and I'm going to score 1 point. Except that I'm an idiot, and that after I moved all these guys here, the guy that's closest to the screen right now, I was just lazy, and I kind of like measured and checked all the other guys, kind of threw this guy down here a little bit further, just to be in a better counter-charge position, and he's like 4.5 inches away, so I don't score a point. So, mistakes really being made so far. Alright, so he's going to do a lot of damage on his turn. So he is going to get his Centurion to the Hammersmith and do some damage there, taking out a hammer. Otherwise, really killing lots of infantry. I mean, really, that's what the Jacks are supposed to do. Not the Jacks, the Cav are supposed to do. With all the attacks they're making and all the Electro Leaps, wow, lots and lots of damage. You can see my Storm Blades crushed. If I would have popped that mini feat, quite a few more would have been still alive, but what can you do? And otherwise, yeah, really, really sad times. On the right, really doesn't do anything. And again, if I would have been on that flag, he would have been forced to do something to try and get closer to that flag to contest, but now he didn't need to even do that. So, yeah, that really, really sucks. I took now a huge attrition hit, but now I should really be good for attrition. So what I'm going to do now is pop my feet, and I'm going to really go at him. I'm going to make sure that I get my Stormclad onto Rowdy, take him out. I'm going to really try and kill off as much of this infantry as I can. Not infantry, it's cav. And then on the right, I think between my Hammersmith and those forces, you know, I'm just going to go after a Centurion. So I was going for a scenario at first. Now I've kind of derped it. So now I just want to try and kill off as much of his stuff as possible so he can't really come back, and then switch back to scenario. So on my turn, Beth Maddox is going to be charging in there, popping her feet, killing one guy there, and then really just kind of like one unit just keeps on trying to clear up another unit. So after I do that, the Storm Blades come over to kind of clear off the Storm Guard. The Storm Guard on the left then get to charge it even deeper. And I really had some really bad rolls here, guys. I need 6s a hit and just couldn't do it. If I would have connected, I should have killed like another 3 and only left one of his cav alive. What can you do? Otherwise, the Stormclad came in and killed Rowdy. Between the Centurion and the Storm Guard on the right, they kill off the Centurion and that unit of cav. So he has taken a massive blow attrition-wise, and he is in a really bad spot. Except I made another positioning mistake. So the way that I originally intended to have this set up is that the Stormclad would be about another inch to the right. And the reason for that is that, you know, then I'm blocking Stryker from really getting to Maddox. And I was hoping to get some other models in the way, but it just really didn't come together. And now Stryker might have a go at Maddox. And it turns out he does. Not only can he get around to me, but he can actually charge to me. So with the feet and the auto hit and all that stuff, yeah. Maddox survives the first hit, but the second one takes her down. So a loss here, but I really do feel good about Beth. Like I said, she's a good all-around caster, has a lot of interesting tricks to her, and even in this game here, where I made a lot of positioning mistakes and lost a lot of attrition early, she can really come back very quick. Yeah, wow. I mean, I really feel like double Storm Guard with her is going to be a really good thing. Stormblades probably, it's funny that she's like a Stormblade captain, or caster rather, and that, you know, they're kind of like good with her, but not super. But then again, with Snipe, that's exactly what you want. So I'm going to keep on playing around with her. She seems like a lot of fun. But otherwise, if you have any comments on her or the list or what I did, please put that down below, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.